Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about something that we're going through as a family. And we wanted to bring you along because it is instrumental into how you manage your marriage and how you deal with things and just life as a married couple. So we wanted to bring you along. Our current challenge and the problem to be solved is that we have two teenagers with two driving permits, and they're not getting enough driving time. Like, quite frankly, none of us want them to drive our cars.
Yeah, I have a Ram pickup truck, and it's kind of big, and I have them drive it a couple of times, but it's basically too big for them trying to learn how to drive.
Yeah, it's not the best experience. And then my car, it's an SUV, and it probably would be the more practical thing to drive to. But it also, like, she's precious and she's sweet, and I don't want to get her tore up, and I just don't want her to get little dings. And it's just not a comfortable thing for them to let them drive all the time, especially where they get enough driving experience. They are in driving school, so they're taking like driving lessons and stuff, but that's also, they don't get that many hours. That's a whole nother conversation. But then we have my son's very old, like, Ford Focus, which that's perfect, but it's his. And he very much is kind of protective of his car and didn't want them driving all the time. And quite frankly, sometimes he needs it when it's not convenient. Mm-hmm. So the problem here was, what can they drive? Our solution was everyone gets an upgrade.
But me.
He has a truck. It's fine. So everyone gets an upgrade. So I'm getting a new car. My son is going to get my old car, which it's old. It's a 2015, right? Yeah, it's a 2015, like 70,000 miles. And he's an adult. He's 23 years old. It'll take him from 23 to hopefully 27. And it'll be wonderful for him. She is so cute. She's a cute little Murano. But my daughters will then get his Ford Focus, which would be a great car for them to learn on. It's safe. It's easy to drive. It's all the things that your first car should be.
Right.
It's a little janky, but it'll work.
Right.
So.
And plus, we're going to make sure the car is in good enough shape for them to drive it back and forth. Take it to Ford. Have them look it over, work out any kinks or anything that's wrong with it, because we don't want our daughter stuck somewhere. Not to say my son, we don't want him stuck anywhere either, but he has never.
He's a grown man.
He's a grown man.
And he's never had a problem like that.
That's true. Had a problem like that. So.
None of us drive a whole heck of a lot except for this guy, which is why he has a big old pickup truck for work. Yeah. But other than that, none of us really drive a whole lot. So, but this will be our 180,000th car. And I wanted something nice. I'm like, okay, I've reached a certain age. I feel like I have proven myself as a very good driver, responsible driver. I have good insurance. I want to get a nice car, but I also want something that's fun to drive. I don't have to drive minivans anymore.
Right.
Like these are some of the conversations we had, right? We have to make this decision. We're like, okay, this is a pretty big decision. Because it affects our whole family. It's not cheap. Like, getting a new car is not cheap, no matter how affordable of a car you get. It's a long-term expense, and it's thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. And so
I was just saying, with that being said, as a married couple, for big purchases, that's something that we need to talk to each other about. Like, in some marriages, that conversation is not always had. That put problems in their marriage.
Yeah.
So to avoid that, communicate.
Yeah, it's part of that whole, everybody hears communication all the time.
Yeah.
But hopefully this is a demonstration of the things you communicate about, right, and how you communicate it. Like, the same things I'm saying to you all, these are the same reasons I gave him. And honestly, I didn't know what to do, because we kept going back and forth about, I was like, well, should we just get the girls a new car? Maybe we should just get the girls their own car. And because I like my car, but it is getting pretty old. And my son likes his car, but it's not going to last more than another year or two, which is fine for new drivers, but he's going to need something longer than that.
Right.
And he's still finishing up college. So it's like, okay, this was the most practical kind of idea. He came up with it. Mm-hmm. But I also was stressed out about getting a new car. We hate buying new cars. We hate dealerships. So I went deep diving. I was deep diving into how to negotiate for a good car. Remember, but that was for the girls because I was thinking I was going to buy them a car.
Right.
And
But
what was your reasoning? Where you're like, don't get them a new car.
well, the thing about it, why buy them a new car when they're not good drivers to get a brand new car? In my opinion, our daughters, they still need practice. Then I believe they need to earn a new car. You know, they need to be responsible and different things like that. Take care of the one that they have in order to get a new car. And plus, you should have a new car. I mean,
So
you work hard. You
that
should
was
get a good car you want.
that's all I needed to hear.
Yeah. And the Murano is nice.
It is.
I like the Murano.
It is so nice. It has
Yellow-
like all the bells and whistles. It's not like your basic. It's not your basic Murano. It's like it has all of the bells and whistles. So she's pretty.
And plus, Josiah, once he get done with school,
That's our son.
he's, going to go live his life. He should at least not have to worry about a car note and have a dependable car.
And it'll make a good trade-in whenever he does go to get a new car. It'll make a good trade-in. Right. So for all those reasons, and having this conversation, and this was not a conversation that we had in a day. This was not a conversation we had in a week. It was several weeks.
Right. We actually were looking into buying a girl's car before we actually made the decision not to get the car.
Yeah,
And
I learned how, like, I did a whole bunch of work on, because it's been over 20 years, y'all, since we had a new car, like a new car, and me trying to go to dealerships and negotiate and figure out. And I will tell you, this one here, it was just like, hate them. We have like our last few cars we just got from a CarMax because it's non-negotiable. It's just easy.
Easier.
It's easy, haggle free. Yeah, but sometimes you want a specific car, right, and you can't get that from CarMax. You have to go to the dealership.
Right. And plus, we learned a lot during this process. So,
learned tons during this process.
Approach things differently.
And I basically now know how to really negotiate a really good car deal. I've proven that. However, and it is the end of the year, so timing really matters. I learned that. But not everyone wants to cooperate. So that's how we came to this decision, right? So this is what we decided to do. Now the next task in front of us was to actually go and test drive some cars.
And I will add this. We are at the point in our lives that this wasn't necessarily a need.
No.
So it's less stress.
It is less stress. Yeah.
It's easier to walk away.
Yeah, no one was desperate for a car. It was like, this is a nice to have. In our opinion, it's a nice to have.
Right. So it wasn't a need. So usually when we're going car shopping, it's a need. It has to be. But now in our point in our life, this isn't a need. So we can operate differently and we can react differently when making the decision. It's easier to walk away when negotiating.
Yes. And want to have to get a minivan or an SUV anymore. I wanted the option to be able to like get cars I never really would have gotten before and experiment around with them for a few years and then give them back. And try it again with a different new car. Like, I love technology. It had to be high tech. I was like, I want the latest and greatest technology in my car as much as possible. But I also wanted a sense of luxury, right? I didn't want what would be a car that could match that but isn't very luxurious? Like a Mustang. A Mustang is super fast and it's fun to drive.
Yeah.
I wanted the muscle feel, but I wanted a sense of luxury on the inside, and I wanted to feel like, like I'm about to be 50 years old and I deserve something nice. That's what I wanted.
But at the end of the day, we understand that this was a need. So if the dealer was
not a need.
I mean, this wasn't not a need. I'm sorry. But so if the dealer wasn't cooperating with what we were looking for, we can walk away. Whether it was the color,
the
interior, and things like that. And having, I guess, the patience to know that there's more out there. Yeah. But then again, we are at the end of the year, so there are some deals that we were trying to get to.
So that did add some time pressure just because I wanted to take advantage of the best deal possible because why not?
Right.
Well, I'm not rich. Like we are not rich. We are comfortable, but we are not rich. So I'm like, okay, we need to. If there's a way to save money or get the most bang for my buck, which even if you're rich, I think you would do this. Like it's just practical. How do you stay rich? You don't just spend your money on everything.
They talk about
So
defense instead of offense.
yeah, yeah. So I believe very much in that. So that was kind of those that was the at the forefront of the brain. Like those were the priorities. Those were the things that I was looking for. I knew I wanted a blue car because blue is my favorite color. I don't blue now. I wear blue almost every day. What? Oh, you mean show what it says?
Yeah. That's how you say stoked for marriage.
Yeah. Especially if your husband's love language is words of affirmation and your words don't often say it, just write it down. So that way. But no. So those were our priorities. And after we talked about it, we agreed to it. He did give me the space because I would be driving the car. He has his fun little pickup to kind of say, okay, I'm going to pick it. I'm going to make that decision. And I did during this process have to be like, don't give me your opinion. I want to pick it. I want to pick it.
It's on me.
And he said he was fine with that. But you can still tell. You know how you just know. You can but somebody was like, so should we go into the details of like what cars we looked at?
We'll get to the video.
I'm gonna just chalk up the whole thing and get that convertible. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just have a full midlife crisis. The right way over here. You know what? Might as well just lean in and have a full midlife crisis. There you go. We just gonna lean. Oh wow! Did you hear that?
You know a lot.
Yeah, it just I said locate and I hear it making noise. So this is what it looks like, huh? Take it in.
It came on.
It's starting.
Yeah.
You hear it?
Yeah.
Kick that up. About 70. Oh, let's see what that feel like.
So you don't even need
Oh,
to.
look. And it's heated seats, even in the back.
That's different. Usually it's just in the front.
Yeah. Heated and ventilated seats. And the steering wheel.
Is heated steering wheel too?
Yeah.
See, that's what you were saying when we're
It's standard.
yeah, it's standard. All
It's
that
the
stuff is standard.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy. I think I want to try the autopilot. Look at the summon.
Oh, we should try something.
All right, where should we drive to? We don't even know where
I don't know, pull up navigation, see where we can go.
you said that like I know how to do that.
Yeah, you do.
Uh-huh. Here's trips. Okay, that's
Oh, those are past trips.
Past
Maybe we can see where whoever went and go where they went.
absolutely not. That sounds like a terrible idea.
Where's coffee?
There you go. We'll find the Dunkin'.
Okay.
Yeah, we have an hour.
Yeah.
So, all right. I would like to try to do the
All right.
autopilot. For real.
Are you nervous?
Not. I'm ready. I'm
Uh-huh.
attentive.
Yeah.
I'm not nervous, but I'm attentive. I'm ready to jump in if I have to.
Me too.
Don't jump here.
I don't know, but it feels weird. So how did you get it to activate?
I just pressed the scroll button.
That's it?
Yep.
Oh. Should be something that says press the scroll button.
Yeah.
I like it.
You like it?
Yeah.
You like not driving?
Yeah, this is actually pretty cool.
Crazy. Yeah, I wonder will it be like, hey, eyes back. So it has a camera right there, I think, that's looking at you to make sure you're paying attention.
Paying attention?
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. I can see you taking a long drive and dozing off.
Exactly. Operation is only chill and standard.
We can't go insane?
No, it's not a performance.
Ah, I want to go insane.
I'm sorry.
I know it doesn't have an engine, but I'm just saying it's like
It just goes.
Yeah, it just goes.
Yeah, there's no like engine for you to feel it like rev up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just
Goes.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you can feel it.
Yes. It pushes you back every
Yeah.
like soon as you do it.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I'm not nauseous.
No.
Yeah, it does. Even it hasn't picked me up, even though it's just this is like just a regular Model 3.
Right.
This is the family sedan. Like this is the family sports sedan.
Is it?
The Model S is luxury. That probably would have been more equivalent to a Mercedes,
Yeah.
but it just seemed too expensive.
It was more than a Mercedes.
It was more than a Mercedes.
But with the Model S, is everything, does it come with more? Like the auto drive is part of it?
Everything is the same. I think the only difference is that it's faster.
You need to go no faster.
I mean, it had a little bit more trim. Remember we looked inside?
Right, it did. It had wood grain.
Yeah. So I think that's really it. It wasn't enough to me to justify paying like $20,000-$30,000 more.
No,
Like,
it wasn't.
Yeah, that's a big
Especially when you can tweak it yourself, like
Right.
you know. Now, does this one have the interior lights?
ambient lighting.
Yeah.
No. Well, the performance does.
Okay.
This is not a performance, so it does not. You can cut loose on. Let's drive, Devin, drive.
Wow, this is standard.
This is not the performance vehicle.
No, it isn't. But it still feels like it.
Insane would blow your mind.
Yeah, I guess it would. Cool. No, not at all.
Oh, good. It does have the carbon fiber on the trunk. That was one of the things when we were. Oh, look it! It has my name.
I got it.
Oh, see, it's the middle